Hear and Learn have created a product that is integrated seamlessly into our learning communities at Arnolds Creek Primary School.
At the moment, I don't know of any product that's like the Hear and Learn, like the FlexCat, that's got that that's simple to use and as flexible as it is. And I think it's seeing the Hear and Learn FlexCat operate. I've seen that it definitely makes life easier for students and teachers, and is a benefit for both of them.
Okay, so we've got 2 microphones and 2 remotes. There's also 6 pods, which is the little speakers that sit on the tables. So we'll be mic'd up with an earpiece in and having the remote either nearby, like on the table next to where we're working with a child, or somewhere within vision. And we can either be tuned into the whole learning community, so through all the speakers in the ceiling, and talking to the whole learning community at once, or we can be talking to just one table group at a time.
It was really interesting in the start because some of the children with the teachers wearing an earpiece and talking through them to a microphone, it was a bit like they were rock stars in the FBI because that's all they see on the television with the wiring going to the ear, and considered spying on them. But it actually has brought out a lot for the children with low self-esteem, and the kids have now got used to new technology and having conversations and then having their ideas broadcast right across the learning environment, or they can be just talking directly to the teacher wherever they are in the learning environment. And being in an open environment, you could be at least 20-25 metres away and still having a conversation with that particular child or group of children at a particular area.
So on the remote there's the numbers 1 to 6, and we just press whatever button up, like pod number we want to speak to. So if we want to speak to the children sitting on table number 2, we'll press pod number 2 and channel into them. We can have our voices on mute as well, as in we can just listen to their conversations to make sure that they are talking about the task, because we do have quite a lot of collaboration and group work happening here. Technology also, from the pods, we can use the remote and the children can share their learnings and their understandings that they've had, or a question that they may have with the whole learning community. So we might pose a question to the whole learning community that one particular student has, or if they've discovered something that maybe we've noticed a few kids are asking, instead of us telling them, we'll let the kid, whoever it is who's discovered it, the child can share with the whole learning community if we've noticed that it's a common question that's arising. And they can do that without having to leave their seat, which is awesome. So it's not as confronting, I suppose, as what it would be if you were standing at the front of the learning space with 70 kids looking at you sort of like, what's the answer, or can you help me with this? Or for some of the children that's a really confronting situation. So having the pods being able to share and hear each other from their tables is very beneficial for those kids who I suppose lack confidence and don't believe in themselves as much as we believe in them.
The feedback that's come back from staff is that it's a fantastic use of technology and really helping those children who had low self-esteem, who wouldn't contribute in a large group. So when we came back for feedback and sat them down on the floor in a traditional classroom and asked for feedback, they wouldn't put up their hand, they wouldn't speak. Now if you're having that in a small group environment, they're actually talking to the teacher and giving their own feedback because it's not as confronting for them.
Becoming so accustomed to the technology now, I sort of look back and go, how do we cope without it? For the first couple of weeks weeks. How do we manage? But I suppose we just had to get through it. But yeah, in terms of the kids, like it's sort of just a part of the everyday routines. They know how to use it, when to use it, why they should be using it.
I've heard the teachers and the kids love it here, so that's all we need to hear. It's at the end user the most important part for us, so that's great, that's fantastic.